Now that we've seen how to create a simple test, let's create something a little bit more substantial. What we're going to do this time is create a new test, public void, and then this test will just test that if we add some protein to the protein tracker, the total increases by that amount. So we'll say when adding protein, total increases by that amount. And you could use a different naming convention if you want. I tend to make my names pretty descriptive because I know that when I have to troubleshoot a problem, I really want to have a descriptive name. So we'll say tracking service equals new tracking service. Then we're going to say service.addProtein, and we'll just add 10. The amount doesn't really matter. And then we're going to do an assert equals. Here, let's put a message. If it fails, we'll say protein amount was not correct. We'll do a check for 10 is what we expect. And then the actual amount will be service.getTotal. And I found with these messages, sometimes it doesn't make sense to make a message. It just depends on if you think this will be helpful to you or not when this test fails. So for example, if this test fails, it's going to say that it expected 10, but it got something else. So does it really help us if we say protein amount was not correct? It just depends on what you feel would be useful. If you feel like these messages aren't going to be useful, just take them out. You don't need to use them. You can just take them out and it'll work just like this as well. Let's go ahead and run our test. We're going to run all of our tests together. And you can see that our new test is passing. We still have a failure on this old one. We need to fix this because this should be 0. Now if we rerun our tests, we should see both of them pass. And now you can see everything's passing. When everything passes, this shows up in a collapse mode and you can expand this to see more.